Hello and welcome to Not So Awesome Review. Today we're looking at the World of Halo Scale UNSC Marine with Assault Rifle. So this is our UNSC Army Builder for the Wave, and it is a pretty good looking Marine. Though if you want to Army build him, maybe you might want to touch up the paint on his face a little bit and change it up so they don't all have the little goatee thing going on. Aside from that, pretty good looking figure. Don't really have too many issues aside from a few different things, but we'll get there in a second. Body wise, it does look really good. I do like that he has a little bit of a camo pattern going throughout the suit and everything. The suit itself looks really good. The armor looks fine. The face, again, like the skin tone and the goatee are painted really not great. Aside from that, it's not bad. You can see he has a microphone going to his mouth and everything. It looks really good. Yeah, and aside from like at least the goatee. The skin tone, I think, is fine. It's the goatee that looks really, really fake. He does have the Halo 5 assault rifle, indicating that I guess he's from Halo 5. You could basically pull him off for any of the other Halo games. The second I saw him, it reminded me more of Halo 1 than anything, especially with the glasses. I love that look right there. And yeah, anyways, again, the assault rifle, you know, not something we haven't seen before. Looks good. Can you pick it in his back? Yes, he can right there, though it feels loose. I will say that, unless you push it in. Push it in good enough, it stays in there, so that's good right there. My biggest issue with this figure, aside from like the goatee looking really bad, is the fact that getting him to hold the assault rifle with both hands is very difficult. You can do it. I did it earlier, but again, just like a lot of the other figures, it starts to bend the gun, so like something like that. I'm not saying that's the best you're gonna do, but that's kind of like where you're heading. Again, he doesn't have that hinge at the wrist in the right direction, so it makes it a little bit more difficult, and the fact the gun is rubber makes it so that it starts to curve and everything, and that sucks because prolonged holding it like that will bend the gun permanently. You can heat it up and, you know, basically get it back to being straight, but that's I feel like we shouldn't have to be putting that kind of effort into action figures. But again, $10 toy. Gotta keep that in mind. Really cool. Really love $10 figures, especially when you can army build them. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he's 2 per pack when it comes to the cases. The only other figures they had 2 of were the other Spartan that we'll be doing a review on next, which is the last one in the wave, and Buck. I want to say those were the 2 that they doubled in the boxes and everything, which makes sense. I feel like Buck is definitely going to sell pretty good, but it would have been nice to get 2 of him and 2 of the Skirmisher per case so that it'd be a little bit easier to army build this guy. Anyways, articulation on him isn't bad. Can't really look forward too much, and that's mostly because of the collar here. I want to say if that wasn't there, he probably could look up really good, because he can look down really well. Can look left, can look right. He does he have that pivot? Yeah, he has that kind of weird pivot that Chief had. So it's there. Whether it's meant to be or not, it is kind of there. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's better than nothing. His neck is leaning forward a little bit, which is odd, but again, I think it's just because of his vest right here kind of getting in the way. Anyway, arm can go up that much. Again, just like Buck, the armor piece kind of gets in the way right there. Can't move down. Rotate all the way around right there. Single jointed elbow that does just under 90. It's almost there, but just under it. Rotation right there at the elbow, rotation and hinge at the wrist. Body wise, he can't really do nothing. You can kind of move the upper body a little bit. I'm sure it'll pop if you do it too much. No lower body movement or anything. Can't really lean forward without it wanting to pop out, because I can feel it the second I lean it forward. I can feel that joint coming out. Can't really lean back. Can't really do side to side, but you can move him left and right just a little bit, but too much and it will definitely pop out. Which is a little sad. You'd think he would have just a little bit more, considering his body is a little bit basic. But yeah, they, I guess it's the Marine. They don't want to over-engineer it. I don't know. It would be cool to have like a really good amount of posable Marines. Anyways, leg can go out that much and that much. Can kick forward that much, which again isn't perfect. Can't kick back too much, but just a little bit. Does have double jointed knees that do really well. That shift at the upper leg. And then forward, back, and pivot right there. So it's not, you know, horribly bad, but you can definitely tell that when it came to the Marine, they didn't kind of go all out like they did with some of the other figures, like the Skirmisher, which, of course, he doesn't have like the best knee bend, but I mean, he can pose really good. The Marine, he can pose decent enough, but Yeah, you can definitely tell that they kind of held back a little bit, saved some of their resources for other figures, which is fine. You know, for the most part, Marines are going to be in the background. They're going to be in your Warthog. They're going to be like kind of standing out to the side. But it still would have been cool to be able to have like a super nice posable Marine. But either way, it's great to have variety. Again, I only own one Marine, unfortunately. I don't even remember what he came with. Like, if he came in a 2-pack, I don't remember, like, what came with this Marine. If it was, like, a single pack or what. But, yeah, you can see here that skill-wise, they're pretty much the same right there. The armor is definitely different throughout them. The camo pattern is different. Both basically completely different figures. Even the hands on him are smaller. His are bigger, which I like the bigger hands. They help grab the, guns a lot better because he definitely has issues grabbing certain weapons. So that's a good improvement right there. And just overall, I feel like this guy is just a little bit bigger in every kind of sense of the way. The height on this guy might be a little bit bigger, and the helmet makes his head look a little bit bigger, and the same with the armor. But arm-wise, his arms are definitely longer, which looks kind of better, honestly. Yeah, I don't know, he's skinnier, but his arms are longer. It's weird, because this guy's beefier in other places, while this guy isn't. It's a weird mixed match of stuff. I wonder if you can kind of maybe kit bash these guys together. Let's see. I wanna see if I can pop the heads off. I'm gonna go with no. Yeah, no, you cannot pop this guy's heads off. At least this guy's head. You can pop off the other one, but tried it. Didn't want to come out. Don't want to force it. Anyways, let's move on to some size comparisons. So here is next to Master Chief, Caboose, and a Grunt, which, again, scale-wise, looks great. Next to a G.I. Joe figure, which, scale-wise, looks really good. And next to a Joy Toy, which you take the helmet off, and again, scale-wise is pretty good. He's taller, but I mean, people are taller than other people, so yeah, there we go with that. And here he is with the rest of the wave that we've done so far. Only one left, and yeah, he's shorter than basically everybody but the Skirmisher, which is fine, and blends in good. I'm glad to see this, coming together so well. I do love, again, just what Jazzwares is doing here. And I'm definitely going to need to pick up at least 1 or 2 more of these Marines. I don't want to do too many of him because of the fact that I would have to repaint his face just for my sanity, for it to not be like the same look over and over again. But aside from that, good figure, love it. Anyways, that'll do it for the review. I definitely do recommend it for just your Build-A-Figure for your army builder needs. And yeah, it's always nice to get another army builder. That's all I got to say. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.